So you built the car and you took it. You went with them. You went with them to the races, right?
Yeah. And then the very last race that we went to is this race, and this is Bob Skinner, myself, and both of the Bandel brothers.
Yeah.
Richie,
Could you
Bob.
point them out for me so I can see
Okay.
where you're pointing to?
The plaid shirt with his back to you is Bob Skinner.
Okay.
I'm standing kind of sideways next.
Right.
And then leaning in the door of the station wagon is Bobby Bandel.
Okay.
And in the back is Richie Bandel, who was the driver.
Got it.
of
Okay.
the brothers.
The driver identified in this picture
There,
here.
there's a great that's a great picture of out at the track in the pits. And
Yeah. In the article that used all these pictures, like this one,
Yeah.
that Don Prieto wrote, he just wrote kind of a funny story.
It was good. It was wavy.
It was called It's What's Happening.
What's happening?
And just he kind of put it in the jargon of the day.
Right.
maybe, I'm
Right.
not sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's no story other than the fact that it was being built by the surfers, but it had no history or anything, so yeah, I had to go somewhere with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made fun of the back of the car had these four
There's a real good. There's a real good close up of that. Where is
Yeah,
that?
there's
There it
three-
is,
yeah,
right there.
three
Hold that one
people,
up. Hold that
Which
up.
I think this might have been the additional brother, I don't know for
No,
sure.
he wasn't a brother, he was an old-time friend of theirs.
Yeah.
Old time
And
friend.
the
You don't
eye
know who that
kept,
is.
kept an eye on what was happening.
Turn that thing toward
Which
me
was
so we
the
can see that. And then, okay, so who's what? Who's who in the picture? Who's who in the artwork? Do we know?
And you can't really tell. It's kind of stylized.
Left to right? We don't know, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. But I just love the lines of the tail and the louvers. Just so cool.
And this is this is Tom Hanna's style kind of evolving, because this
Yeah.
would have been early '66, maybe early to mid '66.
Yeah.
No, early '66 when Tom built this for us. And later I worked for Tom Hanna. Best job I ever had in my life. And
Yeah, you talked about the lines on the that one part where the bodies meet up just ahead of the motor, the side pieces,
where the
and now they
nose
would
meets-
have Tom would cut them differently later on. Is that
no,
what he did?
his style evolved. Some of these lines where he would separate the panels,
Right.
all of that evolved.
Okay.
And became even much more beautiful as time went on. But no, his style was evolving, and that tail, this tail section.
Yes.
Well, let's get us a larger picture.
Yes.
Tom made a lot of variations of that basic look,
Yeah.
and this was just kind of one of his earlier ones. It was very, very nice.
Yes.
And it just got better as Tom went on.
Yeah.
Master artist.
Yes.
Okay, and the tall handbrake.
Oh, that was a straight rip-off from
Yeah.
Ken.
Right.
Fuller.
And
Fuller, we're
that
sorry.
was only a show thing. I mean, because the guy would have to put his hand up here. It would actually be slower to let go of the brake to get to the wheel than if it was down here like all the rest of them. But that was part of the show.
That's
It was
right.
just part
You
of the
could see
show.
the guy's
Yeah.
hand up there
Well,
working the brake.
there's many pictures of the driver with his hand actually down on the shaft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shaft
Yeah,
part of it.
that's
Sure.
what you did,
Sure.
yeah.
That's,
But that was all. That was the only reason that was tall was part of the show.
Yeah,
see the
and
driver in
sometimes in
there.
a picture, the driver would do this.
yes.
But
Like-
that was all Kent Fuller,
Yeah,
Yeah.
those rat feet.
Yeah.
crushing.
shameless
Yeah.
rip-offs.
Thanks, Fuller. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kent.
Yeah.
There's so much of this car, the art in this car, that art is just Kent Fuller or an evolution of Kent Fuller.
Well, like the front axle.
The front axle.
Oh yeah. Point out that front axle and the grace.
This is
Such a graceful
another
front end.
rip-off of the last axle that he made for the
S&H Red Stamp Special.
S&H Red Stamp car.
Yeah.
As it started life, I believe, with no intention of having a front bodywork.
Yeah.
Then when it got to front bodywork, the frame was in the wrong place.
Right. I got pictures of
Then he
that.
lowered the,
Sitting up in the front like that.
Yeah.
it looked like it was bent.
Yes.
Then he made a new axle that was dropped, which was
Just
what this is copied
Yeah.
after.
and the car
Except we
just
didn't quite
went
do as
off.
good a job as he did, but
That thing's
We
gorgeous.
couldn't even copy as good as he could make it.
Tom, to piggyback on Hannah's skill, I recently heard a story about you and him, and you can clarify where the truth of it was. And I think you were working in his shop one day, and you were struggling with a couple of things on a body of a car.
I know this
And the
story.
story goes, as I heard it, that you asked Tom to come and take a look at it, and he walked around the car a couple of times and made a couple of suggestions to you.
Yeah, it was a specific detail. The front little, I'm working at Tom Hanna's shop, and this would have been '67. And at first my duties were the simple stuff, and then as I advanced, he would give me a little bit more responsibility. And at some point I start building the little, they call them lizard heads that went on the front of the
Right,
van.
yeah.
But leading up to that, I only made the nose, I'd bend up the blank and get it on the car and mounted. And then he would do the flare at the back and,
Yeah, because you would prep the stuff during the day, and then
Yeah.
Hannah would come in at night.
yeah, he was the art, he had artist hours. He came, and he would come in, we'd leave, say, at 6 o'clock. He would show up at, say, 5. So that we'd have a nice hour overlap so he could see what was going on, and
Yep.
we had time to ask questions and so on. And so anyway, I finally advanced where I'm making these lizard heads. So I'd made maybe a couple.
Right.
So he says, okay, this is what the owner wants on this car. So I beat out the two pieces and you weld it together, and I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, this is wrong. There's something wrong with this, but I can't figure out what's wrong. And I look and I give up. So I'm going to wait till Tom shows up in the afternoon. So I work on whatever else I'm supposed to be working on, or the next car or something. So Tom comes in and I says, Tom, I'm having difficulty. There's something wrong with his nose and I don't know what it is. So I can't fix it because I don't know what to fix. He looks at it and he, regular artist, and just tilts his head. And he says, where it comes to the point is, this much too low or too high. And he says, just whack it off and get that down just a little bit or up, whichever way. I think it was down it needed to go. And I did it and it was perfect. I mean, I knew it was perfect, but I didn't know how to get there.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he told me how to get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, and after that, I don't think I ever had that problem again, but of course I would have studied it to death, whatever he told me.
Right. Sure.
And pictures and drawing, and, and
Oh,
all that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, what a wonderful job to be able to work for him.
I discovered a saying when you were looking at that front axle. I'm really into antiquities, right? And that's a Roman copy of a Greek original, right? Yeah, you're the Romans that came along later, and Fuller was the Greek original.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because throughout history, throughout the world now, there's lots of art, especially in Italy and Greece and all that. And the Romans, every one of them, if you look at these beautiful statues, they're a copy of a Greek original. The Greeks did it first. So what you did is you're the Roman and you copied Fuller, who was the Greek.
So plagiarism is an old
It's
skill.
been around for a long time.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
excellent. That is,
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
One of the great compliments.
Oh yeah,
You can pay somebody.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
Yep.
and now you stopped your work with the Bandel brothers was it that race at Pomona?
That race.
When
Yeah,
you got frustrated about things, or what was it
No,
that made
well-
you just decide not to?
where did we go with that?
Where's that picture?
This one?
Oh, yeah,
There,
that
there it
picture.
is. Yeah.
That is a beautiful.
Yes, it is. Got a lot of wonderful things in it.
I like it's got lots of stuff in
Yes, it does.
it. It also shows you how the pit area was organized at this is the Winter Nationals in '67.
Yes.
Perfect.
And
Pick a spot.
you just pull up someplace and start.
Set up
working.
camp.
Yeah, get it one that's fairly clean.
Whose station wagon is that?
That's the Bandels.
Yes,
They drove out in that.
Okay.
They were
And,
from New York or somewhere. weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, wow.
And so anyway, we had gone to the drag strip with them a number of times and just did practice, push
Mhm.
starts, and just teach them some of the steps.
Right?
And every time he'd get up there to make a half a pass or a pass or whatever, somehow he always would just go a little ways and lift. And there was always a story. And finally he says, look, the story's got to stop. We got to make something happen here. And it's Winter Nationals. We're going to try and qualify for the Winter Nationals. And so this is that day, which was probably maybe the Friday of the Winter Nationals.
And the car is prepared for a maximum effort run.
Right.
No
Yeah.
ifs, ands, or buts.
No detune.
No doubt.
No.
He's terrified.
Anyway, he lifted and I said,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
enough.
but by
right.
that time we had completely honored our agreement to,
Yeah,
Bring it to fruition.
yeah, so they've got something they can leave town with, it's a running
right,
piece. And
yeah. There's just times when you've just got to admit you are the kind of person that can't take it to that next level when it comes to.
Did they write
driving.
any notes?
Oh, yes, part of the deal was everything that we told them every day, Bobby Bandel would just
Write down.
handwrite because they didn't know how to do any motor work.
But they had a car previously.
They had bought a Garlett's car in the same way. They bought a turnkey Garlett's car.
Yeah,
And used it as whatever they use it for.
I found pictures in Drag News of Richie Bandel in another top fuel car back east. That must have been the Garland's
Yeah.
car.
Red
Yeah.
Garlett's.
Well, it was black and white newspapers, so it was hard to tell what
Hard to know
color.
what color.
But I never found a picture of him in this car.
yeah.
So I don't know
The
that he ever
action
ran.
shot that I got, I think, was the only run where there's people in the background.
Yeah, and then later,
And the throttles.
they went and did some little exhibition kind of deals and made at least partial runs because there's a picture, I've seen a picture where the Bandel car and another car smoking the tires back east somewhere.
And this is the very end of the conventional clutch, conventional tire era, right before the slippy clutch, wrinkly tires showed up.
The wrinkly tires, slippy clutch deal was well underway at this point.
Or was it? Okay.
So this car is out of date from the day it was, they
Wow.
started running it. Because we didn't know about this wrinkly tire and slippy clutch deal coming.
Do you remember how much you sold that operation to them for?
I think the complete roller was 10,000 to them.
Can we pony up some money, guys? Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that included the month of education and so on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the
wow.
motor and.
There's some great details that aren't really visible, but it's got a great Cerny paint job on it, and there's like this wood keel that runs
That's-
along the whole
yes.
length of the
That's it,
body.
man.
That's an important item. Can
Yeah.
you point that out?
Yeah,
So we
it's,
know what
it's
we're
not
talking
really
about?
visible unless you really know what to look at. But this dark shadow coming down the cowl here,
Yeah.
and then in front of the engine going all the way down to the front tires,
Is actual
is a
wood.
wood strip.
Piece of walnut or.
Probably birch. Or,
Now, was that
Mahogany,
part of your
probably.
design, mahogany? That was part of your
No,
design?
this was old Tom Hanna's deal,
Oh.
just to put in a little hint of, remember surfboard construction right down the middle,
Yeah,
there
I
would
had
be
that.
a wood spar or something?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
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 Well,
A stringer.
Early
Even had a name.
surfboard.
Yeah.
A stringer.
So there's a
stringer.
surf tie-in to
There you
it.
go.
No, and that was Tom Hanna's art.
Yeah.
It was beautiful too.
Yeah.
That was good.
And he did it, I mean, it was finished, it had some kind of clear finish on it or dark.
Wow.
It was dark
Yeah.
wood, I think it was mahogany maybe. It was
Amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah.